Frontier Shores is an exhibition at the Bard Graduate Center, which is the culmination of a 2-year partnership between the BGC and the American Museum of Natural History. The purpose of this exhibition is to explore the material ways in which cross-cultural encounters occurred in the colonial period in Oceania. The first object is from 1830 and the last is from 1954, but the vast majority were collected in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The objects themselves demonstrate the ways in which cultural and commercial contacts between Europeans and native peoples of the region occurred, the ways in which this material was viewed by European collectors, and the ways in which the material itself subverts this view or exerts native agency in the time period. For example, with the Fijian chief breastplates, which are on display in the exhibition. These breastplates were worn by chiefs in battle and were believed to imbue them with magical protection from harm. Breastplates themselves are made from whalebone, or sometimes walrus tooth, and pearl shell. Originally, these objects were supposed to be invisible in terms of how they were bound together. The binding itself was on the reverse of the object, which sat on the chest. But with cross-cultural encounters with European traders, European commercial goods became more popular. And you can see in the objects that we have on display, nails which are embedded quite visibly on the surface to hold the object together. So therefore, the object becomes less about its spirituality and more about the secular power of the chief himself because of his trade contacts with important European traders and government agents. This is important in relation to the objects in the exhibition because the objects were collected partly to prove the theory that these people were Stone Age peoples. But a closer look at the material demonstrates that in fact they were not Stone Age. They were incorporating industrial materials and trade manufacture of which they had ready and daily access to, and then repurposing this material for objects of spiritual value or of everyday use. My hope with Frontier Shores is that visitors would come to the gallery and see examples of cultural entanglement manifested in these objects, to be able to consider the ways in which this entanglement took place and the relevance to the native cultures of that, and also to the Europeans who colonized the regions. But beyond this, I'm hoping that I plant the seed in the visitor's mind that this entanglement subverts the notion that there is such a thing as a culturally pure or authentic object. The object itself is a kind of a frontier, a meeting place between different cultures and between different technologies.